Hi guys, it's Rob from Royal Balls. Whilst I am doing the breeder series, today we're going to take a look at how to maintain momentum once you are on the road to breeding snakes and you're going to be breeding in successive seasons. What motivates you and keeps your interest going whilst you're waiting for snakes to mature. So today we're going to take a look at some of the things that keep me motivated and keep me going. We're going to look at some snakes that are a year to 14 months old that will not be bred this coming season. They will wait another year and be bred next year, but that I'm really looking forward to seeing what these girls produce. So let's take a look. So the first female that I want to show you is around about 14 months old. She weighs about 1250 grams. This is a girl that will not be bred this year. She has another year of growing to do. We'll breed her next season. But this is one of 4 snakes that ARP produced from a clutch of clowns that just popped up out of nowhere, and visually we don't know what she is. The pattern is very, very dark and high contrast. It has these broken bands on there. The pattern goes all the way down to the belly, actually extends right down to the belly, and you see these marks here where the pattern actually extends right across the belly, which is quite unusual. So there were 4 of these that popped out of this clutch. The pattern is very similar to fire, but this is not a fire clown. So this is a fire clown, and you can see that the pattern is quite similar in some respects, but this girl here is obviously very, very different to the fire clown. So we're not sure what she is. At the moment we're just calling it X clown. It's darker, it's higher contrast, and has a different pattern to other clowns in my collection, and it is not a fire clown. Clearly it is not a fire clown. You can see what a fire clown looks like here. And I said there were 4 of them in the clutch, and I happen to have a male also, and he is exactly the same dark high contrast pattern as the female. So the idea for me is to produce the super form. If there is a super form, if this is genetic, I will breed these 2 snakes together and we'll try for the super form of whatever it is that is making this snake dark and very high contrast. And that's one way of finding out what's in there. If this girl is het for anything, then obviously the male is het as well, and we'll see what they are het for. If not, we'll generate the super form and we'll take it from there. So I have 2 of these. ARP Constrictors has another female, very similar to this one, and he is going to be breeding that to a multi-gene clown combo to see how it reacts with other genes, and again that will be next year. And there is another male which is with another breeder, and at the moment he is pairing that snake to produce some double hets. He's pairing that with a Desert Ghost. So between the 3 of us we will have double hets with Desert Ghost in the mix. We will have some idea of what the genes are that are in these snakes, because I will have produced hopefully the super form or whatever the visual recessive that this snake is het for. I should get some visuals of that too, so we'll be able to see. And ARP Constrictors will produce a bunch of multi-gene combos using this clown to see how it reacts with other genes. So between the 3 of us we'll have a great mix and match project coming up for next year, and that's really exciting because we're not sure. The only way to find out is to breed. I've been growing this girl up for a year. She will be ready next year, so the anticipation is enormous. This girl is homegrown. She hatched out last September. So she is 14 months old, weighs about 1200 grams, and again this is a project for next year, not this year. She's still too small, but the anticipation for this girl is enormous. She is homegrown, and there's nothing like breeding a snake that you have produced yourself and taking the project forward on the basis of what you yourself have produced. This is a Super Pastel, Spot Nose, Vanilla, Yellow Belly, het for Clown, and obviously the goal is to turn all of these combos into the visual Clown combos. We've got Batman's in mind, we've got Pompeii in mind, there's vanilla in here, so I want to explore potential super vanilla combinations or vanilla cream, vanilla scream combos, which I failed at again. This year we didn't get the vanilla cream or vanilla scream clown, visual clowns again this year. So that was a disappointment, but the anticipation is all the higher for next year. So this girl, all being well, will be bred this time next year, and you can see that she is visually stunning. This is the best of a clutch of het clowns that I produced last season, and this is the multi-gene animal, the best of the bunch, and she is absolutely phenomenal. So we take the time to admire the snake for what she is, but we're also looking ahead to future projects, and we're actually starting to visualize what she may be able to produce. So this is another awesome project that the anticipation for me is just enormous. This guy here, this is a male, is actually her brother. He is 14 months old, just over 1,000 grams, but since he's a male, he is actually already breeding for me this year. He is part of the breeding series that you saw, where he's being paired to a vanilla clown female, but this is Pastel, Spot Nose, Yellow Belly, het for Clown. So again, Spot Nose and Yellow Belly visual clowns are the goals with this guy. This is another homegrown male, and he's being used this year. So again, the anticipation is just enormous. What am I going to get from this guy? I want to produce visual spot-nosed clowns, obviously, but the potential is there for Yellow Belly, and he is being paired with a vanilla clown, so we could get Yellow Belly and vanilla clown combos. So this is the male, and he is already hard at work this year. Another female from the same clutch, typically she's in shed. This is vanilla Yellow Belly, and I've shown her before, but obviously she's looking like somebody's dipped her in talcum powder, and she's looking very milky at the moment, so definitely not at her best. But for those of you that have seen her picture on Instagram and followed some of my videos, you'll know that this is an intensely bright yellow snake when she's looking at her best. And this is the sister to both that female and the male. This is the same clutch. So she is het for Clown. She is 14 months old, weighs about 1,250 grams, so another one for next year. And this is Yellow Belly Vanilla het for Clown. So again, you can see where I'm going with my clown projects, and I just can't wait to see what some of these animals will produce for me in a year's time. Growing them up, the anticipation is huge, and it's made even more special because these are snakes that I produced myself. And another very intensely grubby snake who is looking at her worst for this episode is a killer clown female, produced by ARP Constrictor. So this is another one that I've grown up. I didn't produce this myself, but this is a Super Pastel clown female, again a 2019 female. She is sitting around about the same weight, also around about the 1,200–1,300 gram mark. And another one for next year, not this year. And you can see the head there and her very milky eyes, but she is much more intensely yellow when she sheds. But I did want to show this girl in this video because this is another one that keeps that momentum going. We're looking forward to not just this season, we're already pairing this season for this season's offspring, but we're also looking ahead to next year to some of the snakes that we'll be able to pair for the first time next year. And these really are magnificent animals, and I can't wait to start getting clutches from these girls. Let's take a look at this shy girl while we're at it. This is a little bit smaller than the others, but again a 2019 female. This is a Pastel Lesser Calico female, and you can see that she has extremely high white sides, very soft colours in here, but the calico is what makes this so special. And what I'd like to do with this girl in a year's time when she's ready to breed is to put Orange Dream and possibly Yellow Belly into this mix, and that will make the dorsal much higher contrast and make these alien heads really pop while still maintaining the high white sides and the flames and blushing up the side. So this is one snake that I bought because visually it's very attractive, but also because I had one eye on what I might be able to make with her in the future. An Orange Dream Yellow Belly is definitely on the horizon for this girl. She's got quite a bit of growing to do, but this is a superb looking combo as is. This is the F and F line of calico, flora and fauna, but it has been bred for many years by ARP constrictors and improved to give these lovely clean high white sides, and I really do like this look. I just want to enhance the dorsal and make these colours really pop in the future. So that's another girl that motivates me for the years to come, and again I can't wait to get this girl up to size and see what she'll produce for me. And here's another girl that I produced here at Royal Balls last year. She's a little bit hissy, she's upset at being disturbed. This girl here, whilst visually not spectacular, is a cinnamon enchi, because of my love of genetics and my intrigue into allelic combinations. I think it's now common knowledge that cinnamon enchi is an allelic combination, and this is a female that I produced last year, so we're going to test out that allelic relationship. Not all allelic relationships appear to be equal. Theoretically, when this girl has a clutch of eggs, the offspring should be 50% enchi and 50% cinnamon, with no normals, but that's not always the case with these allelic combos. I have noticed in my time breeding that allelic combos or individual snakes show a preference for one gene or the other. So for instance, cinnamon enchi, this girl might throw say a 5-to-1 ratio of cinnamons to enchis, and I want to test that and figure out what's going on. Many of you will have followed my attempts to make a vanilla cream or a vanilla scream clown, and whilst we did have fire and vanilla in the combination, the clutch was definitely dominated by vanilla. So again, I'm suspecting there is more to these allelic combinations than we currently understand, and that there is a definite preference on the allele for one gene versus another, even though they can reside at the same locus, the same allele on the genetic material. These genes show a very strong preference for one over the other, and I want to explore that with this girl next year, as well as capitalise on this extraordinary visual appearance of the cinnamon enchi. You can see what cinnamon enchi has done to this girl here. The pattern is still quite dominantly horizontal, very savanna-like, and you can see that some of the alien heads do run up to the dorsal and actually cross over in squiggles here. So the cinnamon enchi is working in an unusual way in this combination, and that's something that I want to explore further as well. So something else that just keeps the interest going, and I can't wait until this girl is up to size and we see what we can get from her. Okay guys, so that's just a little look at what motivates me, what keeps me going, what I'm looking forward to, not just this season but next season as well. You're always thinking 2 or 3 generations ahead when you start your projects and want to breed complex combos, and that's what keeps my interest peaked, what keeps me going, what keeps me motivated. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.